I'm going to record this. I'm going to do some chess tactics since I don't play games without my second half. And for every wrong chess tactic I get, which I hope won't be very many, I'll do 10 push-ups and or some other exercise because one, I want to get good at chess and also build muscle, look better, and whatnot. So let's get this going. Okay, one thing I like to do when I do chess tactics, if it isn't immediately apparent what to do, is I like to analyze the position and make any observations I can about it. So, first things first, I count the pawns and I actually see which direction the pawns are going. That's obvious in this one, but in endgames, it's sometimes you confuse yourself with the direction of the pawns. And that obviously affects the tactic. So what do we have here? We've got 7 pawns to our opponent's 7 pawns. Opponent has all their minor pieces minus a bishop. I have all my minor pieces minus a knight. I know that there's this check here with the bishop and the knight. So can I make something happen with that? Is other observations? Let's see here. I mean, just checking. Okay, so I think we can move queen e5, threaten this check, which is a force mate. He has to respond, and then we pick up the knight. So let's try that. That's correct, and the knight is ours. Plus 1 point because I blabber too much, but I'll take 1 point over minus points. So moving on, no push-ups there. Okay, assess the position. I've got a rook and a queen to his rook and queen. He's got far more pawns than me, so unless I can think of a good win, my opponent will eventually beat me. So other strengths in this position are the f and g pawns on f6 and g5 respectively, which are great strengths. Now, in this position, I'm guessing it might be a queen move, which threatens discovery or a checkmate. There's also queen take queen, but I don't really see a follow-up after that. It might. I'm thinking this might be one of those quiet move positions. A quiet move that wins a lot. Should I start calculating? I usually start, when I do tactics, start calculating lines when I see a potentially good move. And in this position, I just really don't see anything immediately. I don't think I've ever quite seen a tactic like this, because I'm a noob. I have a feeling I'm going to do push-ups. Okay, what do we have? I'm thinking, is there something with pushing f7? It doesn't seem like it. What if I push g6? I push g6 and he takes, then there's queen h5 or h6 check followed by queen g7 mate, which would be good. And if he doesn't take, say I push g6, he takes my queen, and I push g7. If I push g7, then he would go move over, and I would take. Okay, I'm gonna try g6 with the idea of g7, taking the rook with check, and then picking up the queen and being up a rook. And that works. So no push-ups. It was slow going. I also lied about having not seen this tactic before. I'm pretty sure I've done it. I'm just a big old fat liar that makes excuses. Okay, so he just took a knight, and it's a big mistake, obviously. One observation is I've got a discovered check, and that's probably where the entire tactic lies. My guess is taking the bishop with check is a mistake for some reason. If knight to f6 check, I'm covering the d7 square from the king's escape, leaving this e8 square for my queen to come to with mate. And I don't think he can stop that. Discovered double checks are strong. Oh, okay. And then, yeah, I know this. That's mate right there. I really shouldn't move before I see the whole tactic. And this part I didn't see, but I got it when the position came about. So no push-ups. I'd really like to do a push-up, so maybe I should just intentionally get one wrong, but I know I don't need assistance in getting things wrong. So what do we have? Our opponent has 4 pawns, we have 4 pawns. We're up the exchange, but his pieces are very active, and he's got a pretty devastating check on e5 with his bishop, which will lose my queen, and ultimately the game if I screw this up. But, and there's always a but, do I have a resource here? How can I check the king? I don't think I can. And I have too many pawns to be thinking about stalemate right now. So, I think quiet moves. Quiet moves. One thing I consider is sacrificing the rook on g7. I see that the bishop can take, I see the king can take, and I don't see any follow-up checks with the queen, so it's probably the wrong idea there. I'm just not coming up with anything, but best not to move until you can come up with an idea. One move I'm considering is queen to g3, with the idea of queen to h4 following, and if he exchanges queens, I'm up the exchange, though my opponent does have a passed pawn, which is pretty scary. It might be technically winning. That's not easy to say. Come on, why is this so hard? Okay, maybe I have rook to f5. Seems kind of good. Rook to f5 stops bishop to e5. Also threatens rook to h5. Rook to h5, king g6, queen. e8 is off limits. g6. Queen d6 looks nice there. Alright, I'm gonna try rook f5, even though I don't see it entirely. I hate this. How does my opponent meet rook f5? He could play g6, which could be pretty bad, but then I have checks with the queen, which would be good. What do I do? What do I do? See, the reason why I want to play rook f5 more than anything else is because it simultaneously stops bishop e5 and threatens something at the same time. I think drawing out this king to the center of the board can only be good. And criticize me all you want, but I'm going to just make the move. And it's right! Yes! I want to see... I'm going to analyze this position a little bit and see what the computer recommends black play in this position. So rook f5, slightly winning, +2, plus 2.5, computer gives. And it suggests b3. b3, a exchanges b3, a3, rook h5 check, king g6, queen e6. What am I thinking? King g6, queen f5, f4. Okay, so let's actually play this line out. b3, a exchanges b3, a3, rook h5 check, king g6, queen f4. There's your quiet move. Threatening queen f5, queen e6, stopping queen f5, queen d2. Queen d2, kind of corralling this bishop in pawn business. So it's winning for white, but it's a technical win. It's not easy at this point, and if it was a blitz game, I'm want for losing it. This position. So let's continue. We've surpassed 1900, so good work us. Alright. Oh, by the way, when Ben gets here and finds out that I was streaming without him, he's gonna be pissed, and rightfully so. Okay. This is one of those positions. It's clearly tactical. So one thing I want to do is fork this. Use my knight to win the queen, basically, is what I want to do. If I take this rook and then the king takes the rook, then I'm happy with what I've got, because then there's knight e5 check. Ooh, but queen can take on c6. And at that point, what am I going to pray? And then another idea is rook to f7, queen take. Okay, rook to f7, queen take on f7, rook takes on c6, king takes c6, then knight to e5. And we have our fork. Why did he do that? That makes it so much harder. Alright. I really want to do some push-ups now, so I gotta stop being so excellent. What do I do? I was advised by my stream counsel, that's my friend that tells me the quality of my stream and gives me advice, that I shouldn't whistle. So I won't whistle after doing these. Okay, so we have the same minor pieces, 2 rooks and a knight. Mine are better. Both my rooks are on open or semi-open files. My knight's pretty good. It's protected by a pawn for now, though the queen is on b2. And this knight can't live forever here. Knight must be the weakness in the position. But how to utilize it? One idea that comes to mind is knight to e4. If knight takes on e4, queen can't take because then rook take. And then so knight e4, knight exchanges e4, queen e5 check, and I can't pick up that rook because the queen defends it. Hardy, hardy, har. Okay. Can I take the knight with my rook on? Okay, rook exchanges f6, rook exchanges f6, knight to d5. That looks pretty good. And the queen can't check me on e1. So forcing moves win, so let's go with that. Incorrect. So we gotta do push-ups. Alright, it's really obvious. Don't get, this is some advice for you newbies. Don't get stuck on one idea when calculating your tactics. Clearly, after having gotten this one incorrect, I see that if my queen takes his rook, the knight check is still good, and actually much better because I pick up more pieces that way. So, we'll just show you what that looks like. Queen take, king take, check, and you're up a piece. My little brother just came home. Alright, 10 push-ups. What's up, Robbie? Hi. Hey. Hi. 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not very good at doing push-ups, so let's not try to get easy problems wrong. That one was an easy one. That was done. Hard ones for me are ones where it looks like the side you're playing is just absolutely lost, and the only move is you have to find that one move that saves the game. So this position, it's a forced mate in 2. It looks like rook d1 followed by knight c3, and my opponent's king goes fucked. And boom. Knight defends the rook. Pawn stops f3 from being a flight square. What's up? What's up? Okay. This one is one of those moves where you defend with a discovered check.
Are you talking to me?
I'm streaming right now. Say hi to the world.
How many people?
0 people are probably watching this channel right now, but I'm also recording it, so and anytime I get a tactic wrong, I'm going to do push-ups for entertainment. Okay, you can take that.
I'll show you some entertainment.
Okay, so I've seen problems like this plenty of times. There are 2 options here in this position that I'm considering. Knight to f4 and knight to f2. Knight to f2 looks good because it's a double check, blocks the check from my opponent. King has one move. King has one move. G1 followed by queen to h1 checkmate. So we're gonna go with that. Alright. Okay, assess the position here. Opponent has a bishop and a knight, 2 rooks. I have a bishop and knight, 2 rooks. I have 5 pawns. My opponent has 5 pawns. His structure is better. So if I don't find this tactical win, I'm going to lose the endgame. So what is the tactical win? Is it rook exchanges b7? Rook exchanges b7, queen exchanges a4. And then what? Maybe queen exchanges d7, king exchanges d7, b7 check. Damn, tactics are hard. Silly things like bishop to c6 don't seem to work. I feel like taking this queen would be good. The reason why I want to take the queen and then take with the rook on b7 is because it leaves a discovery on the opponent's rook, leaving me up in exchange. It just feels like there could be more to fight for. There's my queen is on this knight on d4. Queen exchanges. So right now I'm calculating the line where queen exchanges on d7, and then rook takes on b7 with check. Rook exchanges. Check. Another caveat of this position is that my bishop is hanging on f3. So when you have a piece hanging with check, it's a kind of surefire way to know that you have to play a forcing move, and any move that isn't forcing is losing. And not to mention, the more I look at it, knight exchanges on f3 leads to a mate when the queen invades on d2. So I want to axe that queen. I want to make rook to b7 work. I just cannot. Thinking is hard. This is why people don't like chess. Too much thinking. Can we just play Spider Solitaire or something? Be happy. No, we must strive for excellence. What's funny is Super GMs would see this in a bullet game with 2 seconds on their clock. No problem. Have you ever watched Nakamura play bullet? It's freaking godly. The guy is insane. And I am no Nakamura. And if I was, I would have a whole lot more viewers than just myself. I'm taking the queen because I'm over this position. Does this new position illuminate anything? It doesn't make this any easier for me. Rook exchanges b7. Wrong! I have to do push-ups. See, the reason why it took so long was because I was fixated on the wrong idea. These are some good hints. Decoy, deflection, hanging piece, pin. E6. see that the knight can be pinned. And I like to pin knights. Alright, I still have to do 10 push-ups. Pen push-ups. And I promise I really am doing these push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. All right. Should be easy. Okay. My opponent has all their minor pieces and 7 pawns. I have just given up a pawn because I knew there was a tactic. This was a trap that I laid for my opponent. But what exactly is that trap? I do not know. Okay. There are 2 critical takes in this position that I think are noteworthy. Okay. So the knight and the bishop are loose. They're both defended by the queen alone, and they can be overloaded, it appears. One move I consider is queen to a4, because I want to get another piece attacking this bishop. Queen a4 kind of runs into problems with bishop d7. Bishop d7, queen exchanges b4, so that's fine. Queen a4, queen a4, knight b5, queen exchanges, or bishop exchanges, or it seems too hard to believe that queen a4 isn't just absolutely crushing. And it isn't! It is a wrong move! It is a wrong move! Okay. So I should have spent more time calculating. And I want to go and analyze this position exactly to see how this is a mistake. But it seems like I have to take the knight first and then try this idea when there's one fewer piece to get involved. Oh, okay, so with this, the knight can come to c6 and stop all the fun. So we have to get rid of that piece first. Queen take. Here. Take. Alright, that's another 10 push-ups. Okay, stop doing that. We're back under 1900 because I'm Patzercake. Okay, 2 rooks and a bishop with 4 pawns versus my 2 rooks and knight and 2 pawns. My king is better. The fact that a pawn stops the queen from going to e6 will help me a lot in this position. It seems one thing I'm calculating is rook to f8, bishop take, rook to h7 check. Oh, even better. Knight to h8 check. Forcing nothing? Well, you could force a draw by repeating. No, you couldn't. Okay. Knight h8. King e7. Huh. Okay, so it'd be nice to win the bishop with something like rook h7 followed by knight to h8, and ooh, d3 kind of screws everything up there. So maybe it has to be a forcing move. It almost certainly has to be a forcing move. Let's go back to this. Wait a minute, what am I thinking? Knight h8, king e7, rook h7, king d6, knight f7. Oh, come on, the king has to be out of squares at that point. He isn't, but then I'll be able to do a discovered attack on the king. Knight h8, bishop exchanges h8. If anyone's actually good at chess watching this channel, I'm so sorry for how long these take me. You should be watching a different channel. Okay. Well, this is how you get good at chess. You don't move the pieces until you fully see the line. So I ruled out rook to f8 because bishop exchanges f8, rook h7, and then the king either has g8 or e8 as escape squares at the very least. And what do I have after that? Not much. Not much, bud. Okay. Maybe I should just do the 10 push-ups now. When I'm not streaming, I guess a lot. And I get a lot of problems wrong. But it goes a lot quicker. And I'd probably say way less helpful towards my chess goals. Okay. We really need to hunker down and calculate knight h8 because it's one of the only things I see. Pull up the chat. not like anyone's in the chat anyway. Have I tunnel vision this tactic? Am I not even focusing on the real problem? No, it's not like anyone's in the chat anyway. Oh, oops. Have I got 9 views, that's pretty cool. To hell with it. I'd rather do push-ups. Basic checkmate. It's a basic checkmate problem. How embarrassing. What the heck? Oh. Yo. I've ruled out this pin. But if I can survive D3, then I can play rook to F8. So can I survive D3? Pooey! Pooey on you. Okay. H7, that's a mated 6. Expect me to calculate that. E7 check. What about D3? King F3. Rook F4. What rook F4 is? Rook F4. Check. Ooh, I should have seen this. I rolled out the pin because I was too afraid here. And then with this, just king F4, D3, E3, and then he just has to give up his rooks. King F4 check, king H4, king E8. Okay. As promised, I'll do 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I really need to breathe for those. These are the type of problems I actually tend not to screw up. And I say tend because I also sometimes screw these up. Analyze the position. I have 5 pawns. He's got 5 pawns. One of his is about to promote. His rook hangs. I'm also on the rook on F8. This is super tactical. Most importantly, I want to checkmate my opponent's king. So can I do that? Further analysis, you got bishop And at knight, I only have a bishop and a rook. Wait a minute. Pawn takes h7. Knight takes h7 is forced. And then just queen exchanges h7. What's the mystery? What is the mystery? There we go. Alright. Okay, I've got bishop, 2 knights, 4 pawns, and a queen. He's got 2 bishops. Not knights, I'm sorry. I've got 2 rooks, a bishop, 4 pawns. He's got 2 bishops, 2 rooks, 5 pawns. However, I'm doing okay. One move I like is queen to h3. Queen h3. I am attacking the rook on f1, and I'm also attacking h2. His queen can come down to defend some pieces. Okay, let's see. Queen h3, queen g1. I like to sacrifice my rooks sometimes. So one move I'm considering is rook exchanges h2. Probably doesn't work. Okay, so biggest complication with queen h3 seems to be queen to g1. And if we can just muscle through that complication, we'll be good. Queen h3, queen g1, rook exchanges h2, queen exchanges h2, rook exchanges, or queen exchanges f1, queen g1. Okay, that has to be winning. Let me just try to visualize that position. Because ultimately this bishop on f3 falls. I think both the bishop and the rook in this position are going to fall, and my rook is going to be sacrificed to make it happen. The question is, am I taking this bishop with my bishop, or am I taking it with my queen? Anything could happen. You can't tell right now, but I'm closing my eyes to calculate, just like the grandmasters do. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Queen h3, queen g1. Rook exchanges h2, queen exchanges h2, queen exchanges f1, queen g1, queen exchanges f3. With the queen on g1, opponent will either have king h2 or queen g2. King h2, then queen h5 check, and mate. And if queen g2, then queen exchanges g2 mate. So let's do. Cool. Just make sure I've calculated it properly. Doom. Day. Boom, 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 boom. And that's how it's done, son. Alright. That feels good. Oh, feel good. Feels so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pawns to my 6 pawns. I've got 2 knights, 2 bishops, 2 rooks, and my opponent has the same. Okay, first things first, as Mikhail Tal once said, when I calculate, I first figure out how to give up my queen, then my rook, then my bishop, and my knight. But the first move that comes to mind, which seems to fail, is queen exchanges h7. For one, the king can just exchange h7, and it seems that he has no trouble doing that. And then 2, king also has the f7 square as a flight square. However, this h7 square could be a key point to solving this tactic with the move knight g5, threatening queen exchanges h7 mate. So to stop that, one of the only moves, he can take it with his queen, which sucks for him because my bishop defends g5, or he can play g6, and then I just take his bishop, which hangs. I'm up a piece at that point. So let's try it out. Ooh, I didn't even calculate this. But. Oh, wait. Bishop exchanges the knight. Queen exchanges, I just take that. And if king over, then I retreat my queen, and we're good. Ah! Darn! More push-ups. Why do I suck? Oh, hello. Obviously. Oh my goodness. I did 10 push-ups just because I didn't see that. How many have I done so far? I'm getting to 50. This is my 50 push-up. Alright. That's not bad for one night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah! I'm so strong! That's the most push-ups I've done in months. Okay, we've got 2 knights, 2 rooks, the queen with 5 pawns to back them up. My opponent's got all the same stuff. Only difference is he's got 2 pawn islands, and I've only got 1. My question is his queen trapped? Howdy.
Do you need the cord?
If rook to b1, the opposing queen has a couple of flight squares. I don't have a magical bishop to show it. Okay. Rook b1. Opponent has queen c5 and queen e3. e5. Does that give me anything? Not really. It's actually loose. And a phone call. What's up, guy? I'm actually streaming on Patzercake. I'm doing tactics trainer, and every time I get one wrong, I do 10 push-ups. Yeah. Yeah, come over. Cocaine. 2 kilos of cocaine. Alright. See you soon. Alright, bye. Alright, Patzercake is coming. Well, the rest of Patzercake. Whew. Let's see how many push-ups I have to do in that time. Kids, never smoke cigarettes. Don't do drugs. Never try to be good at chess because that's way too hard. Why? Why he wants it to be so hard to be so good? Another move I'm considering is knight to c4, checking the queen. What are the other key points to this position? Knight to c4. Queen has some escape squares. It's not all. It has this square, and this square, and this square. So this, my biggest thing is I don't really know what to attack the queen with after she goes to something like c5, and maybe rook a5 comes up with something. But then, oh, when my knight comes to c4, the e3 square no longer becomes available, and then rook to a5 is winning the queen. So, there we go. Yay, no push-ups. Jeez, that's so sad. You see my rating? That is so sad. Alright. I am confident that I am going to get this tactic puzzle correct, because this is one of those tricky ones where the obvious answer isn't right. So the question is, does something like rook to g1 work? Answer is no. And this is why you do chess tactics, because you can intuit that that move doesn't work after having done puzzles like these. I know the answer is rook to a2. With rook to g1, there's there's this h2 square for the king, and that's enough. There's nothing. There's no follow up there. So why not win? Rook a2. Rook or king only has two two options. One of them being f1 and h1. If h1 is the choice, I think just I don't know. Let's do this. Let's see if white puts up resistance. What happens? King g3. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We simultaneously attack the bishop and threaten mate on h2. If he plays rook to g5, you just take the bishop that way, and that's actually even better position because it threatens more things. And who doesn't like to threaten things? This is a mate and a leather. Fun stuff. Okay. Close out of that. Close out of that. No push-ups. 1 point. Okay. Gotta start solving these quicker. Right. I have a knight. I have a rook. I have 4 pawns. My opponent has 5 pawns and 2 rooks and a queen. So my opponent is material-wise much better than I am. However, I have the saving grace with something something to something square. Can I play? I'm thinking the crazy move, knight to a6 with the threat of queen to c7, check, followed by followed by nothing. I don't know. Why would it be so hard? Knight to a6. Can't he just play rook to c8 and stop like all the cool stuff from happening? Not quite, I don't think, because of knight to c5. No, because then the rook just takes it. Do crazy knight sacrifices work? Knight to d5, knight exchanges d5. Queen defending f7 is kind of problem solved. So the rook defends it, so it's not like a simple decoy thing. Maybe it is, and I just don't see it. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. This is so much for being fast. Quiet moves? Any quiet moves? What do you think, chat? Oh, yeah, no one there, huh? Okay. Wait, quiet move, queen to d4? Wanting to attack the a7 piece? Huh? Well, it seems too Not forcing enough. Too weak. Too weak still. I'm sleepy. Thinking makes you tired. I really want to make knight to a6 work because it's my only idea. Knight exchanges d5, pawn exchanges d5, queen exchanges d5. Problem is, I don't think my rook can come over with check in any of these lines. My experience with tactics is if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. Oh, Patzercake is here. We're going out? Where are we going?
We're gonna go have a few slippery American cocktails.
Alright.
Robbie, you wanna go? Okay.
Apparently Patzercake's going out tonight. We're gonna have slippery American cocktails, whatever the hell that means. After we figure out this tactic. Two minds are not greater than one.
How's the dedicated viewership?
We've got 9 views.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know if we're all of those views or not, but we've got 9 views total. This is the tactic, and if I get it wrong, I have to do another 10 push-ups, and I've already done 60.
Fall off.
So I don't want to get it wrong. The only thing I can think of is knight to a6, wanting to threaten queen to c7 check.
He doesn't really have anything after that.
No,
he
and
have
there's
a continuation.
well, he has rook to c8 and then defends c7, and I don't know what to do after that. I was thinking, there's.
Right, let me sit down and look at this, because I was just at work all day. No,
There's
I want this.
2
I don't
seats.
Have to
Oh
move
my
anything.
goodness, so whiny.
I know I'm so whiny.
How do you kick me out of my own seat in my own house?
My legs are so tired.
I went golfing today. I'm tired too.
Oh, you walk a lot, bud?
I did walk a lot. I walked the shit ton. This is a hard tactic.
Oh, it's obviously a queen sacrifice. I'm just kidding.
I considered it.
You were looking for some shit like that, classically.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Who are we
okay.
going out with?
Nobody.
Oh, it's just us two?
I mean, we could go out with my coworkers if you wanted.
Your coworkers
Are
drink
drunks?
really fucking
Yeah,
I
yeah,
cannot
they do.
keep up with your coworkers.
It's okay. It's
They're
a server lifestyle thing, dude.
They're compensating for too much with those beverages.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait. Okay. No. Rook take and then knight over?
I feel like that's losing.
No, okay. You're right. You're right. Knight over, if he brings the rook over to defend, then that.
Queen take.
And then fuck, what do you have after that? Oh, no, that doesn't work. like there's something along. Oh, you have knight here after that.
I know, but I'm also down pawns too. So that just
Okay, I really believe it's got to be knight to a6.
A6.
Nice. Yeah, knight to a6 has to be.
Will you do half of the push-ups
One of
if
the
we're wrong?
Yes,
That's only 5.
I will absolutely
All right.
do half of the push-ups if we're wrong.
Alright, if he's wrong about knight to a6, it's wrong.
Okay, what?
We're-
I swear to God, if I'm right about this, I'm gonna be sad. Okay.
That's
Well,
10
I wasn't.
push-ups each.
Oh, is it every time?
Every
you
time we
guys-
get one wrong.
No, that's not what it is. Okay, if
It
that's what
hasn't-
you've been doing, that's fucking dumb.
I've only done 60 push-ups.
I've only done 60.
I maybe knight to d5 works. Let's do it since we're already d5. That's c6. d5. Taking exchanges d5.
Yep, that was it. Look at that.
I hate chess. Okay.
That much
Queen
was
exchanges
obvious.
c3.
Yeah.
Queen exchanges c3 with check. You pick up the rook.
Yep. Ooh, that check too. Well, that was pretty obvious.
How many push-ups was that? 10 each? I'll do more.
You're so weird.
Well, we're ending the show right now, so
Oh, you gotta end big with people not seeing you doing push-ups?
I promised I was really doing them. You will
okay, well,
verify.
if anyone was wondering whether or not Omar would actually do the push-ups, he hates himself. So yes, he would.
One,
This is.
2.
Oh, I'm doing them too. They're so hard.
4, 5.
Oh man, this is tough. Oh God. Oh, doth I protest too much?
Don't make me laugh. 10, halfway. 11.
If you want me to do the last 5, I'll do those.
Okay, you're doing the last one. 50.
You're either gonna get better at chess or get some big ass arms.
You're doing 5. That's fine. I've done this puzzle before. I knew it was knight to d5. Why?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Congratulations. We've gotten Ben to do push-ups for the first time.
No, hey motherfucker, I've been doing yoga for the last week.
Yoga is not push-ups.
Yoga
Alright.
is a lot of planks, bro.
Thank you for nobody viewing this episode of Patzercake. I wish you all a happy life and whatever, yada yada
I
yada.
hope you all die.
And he hope you all die, so que será será. Alright.